Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Psych, Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to a 1 vs 1 on Langraskaya between the south. You got Luciano fighting for America, Freedom, Democracy, the 2nd Armored Division here with heavy cavalry, Recon Support, and Rifle Company. With triple infantry versus north, you got Darkcrow fighting here for Germany, Deutschland, the Führer Grenadier Brigade with fortifications, breakthrough, and scavenge with Panther 4, Sturmpioneer, and infantry bulletins. A cool bank start there. Follow up the Sturmpioneer with riflemen and rearguards here for Luciano. Tank traps here with Bart Y up. Points being secured. Bart Y down. Kubelwagen setting out. So in that regard, there's clearly something a bit more aggressive. At the same time, not so aggressive as not pushing the Sturmpioneers as fast as you can. They set wiring off. It basically makes it hard for Luciano to just push for the CoH point directly, but even then he's not finishing. So it seems like Darkcrow perhaps should have been less concerned with chatting it out with Luciano in all caps and maybe a bit more focused on an actual plan. But there you go. Fuel being secured, Sturmpioneers rushing ahead. He's worried that Luciano might push him for here, as there has been an increase in players who actively target this house. Rather than pushing up through the centre, they might hit the CoH point, so worrying about here, instead he gets hit there. Bad luck for Darkcrow. More focus on the way there. We got Bart Y going up to make it harder for Luciano to make use of the house. Second rifle squad setting out, and there you go. Rifle almost there by the CoH point already. Fuel point secured there with the Kubelwagen, but he's yet to connect it, obviously. And it's going to be even harder with the rifle taking the CoH points, and he's going to double back to deal with that. But so far, Darkcrow's focused on everything else but the CoH point. Interesting enough, he's not sending the Volksgrenadier to deal with it, he's sending the Kubelwagen and another Volksgrenadier squad. Interesting enough, he just left the Kubelwagen, could grab the point faster than the Volksgrenadiers anyways. There you go, pushing them back, taking some damage. They're force flanking from the north. They could move about here instead, so you get better firing positions on the riflemen, denying them access to the cover, but seems like he's against that. Sturmpioneer is retreating, Volks is falling back towards the house here. And there you go, charging in there. Almost got the Kubelwagen. Darkcrow's Kubelwagen makes way with the tiniest slivers of health. The riflemen are forced away the CoH point. And up here we got riflemen into the Volks squad in the east. Rearguards because he's secured territory there for Germany. In the west we got breakthrough for Darkcrow. Luciano, though, is less enthusiastic about choosing doctrines here at the moment. Mort's on the way there for Luciano for America. Freedom, democracy. Alright, Carl. If you see any Nazis, you just shoot them. How do I know they're Nazis? Like if they're wearing grey. Okay. First, they're standing about here. Mort on the way there for Luciano. Almost done. Trot on the way for Darkcrow. That's going to be a battle group headquarters as fast as humanly possible for the German peoples. Kubelwagen, though, is in dire need of repairs. I mean, it's going to take a sneeze there for a nearby American or even a German to take that thing out. But so far, Darkcrow Sturmpioneer is occupied with everything but fixing the Kubelwagen. Truck around there, that's going to be the battle group headquarters, the Kampfgruppe Hauptquartier. Sturmpioneer catching the rearguards out in the open. Successfully pushing them back here, past the clothesline. And there we go, got the 81mm mortar opening up then suspected German positions. Shattering foliage and fences, but no actual Germans. In the east we got more press. It seems like it's ending up there for a push for the CoH point. Kubelwagen pulling back for desperately needed repairs. Battle group headquarters going up. There's then low on health against the Sturmpioneer. Got riflemen in. They're low on health, low on numbers. So the Sturmpioneer here behind the old fence. Might still have a chance in the east, though. He's catching the rifleman here with a large chunk of Volksgrenadiers. A sizable force there from Darkcrow. But needs to be careful not to get too focused and just raw firepower and then losing map control elsewhere. Battle group headquarters almost done. Kubelwagen continues to mount again despite almost, being destroyed. He just keeps out with the Kubelwagen. He doesn't even bother repairing up there. It looks like the Sturmpioneers might find him to deal with that. Battle group headquarters up there. We got incendiary grenades going off left and right, denying cover here to Luciano's brave rifleman as Darkcrow ceaselessly launches his assault for the fatherland. A true believer in Endsieg. Well, he would be if he went for Sturm Officer, but seems like he's so far not heading there. Assault rifles there, we got minesweeper kits. Might be his word about Luciano being one of those very, very, very few American players that actually uses mines. Pearson versus Fultz coming in there, fixing up the Kubelwagen. Fultz is flanking in for Germany. Kubelwagen fixed up. Skirmishing here and there. Lieutenant for Luciano, of course, signals that he's got something going on there. The platoon command post could be an anti-aircraft half-track on the way soon. Of course, there could soon be a Flak half-track on the way there for Darkcrow. Almost got the fuel point there. Almost right. Lieutenant moving in there in front of it. Kubelwagen speeds off, zips away. And there you go. MD-35 for Darkcrow, halting the rifle squad. Rather than halted by the MD-34, needs 800 rounds per minute. My God. 800 rounds per minute. How do you know? Well, we can kind of count them. If you couldn't, it'd be MG42 and 1200 rounds. Anti-aircraft over there for Luciano, so pretty standard stuff here. Anti-aircraft tactic has very much become meta, if you will, lately, alongside the Flak half-tech for the Oberkommando West. Luciano, of course, could be planning a recon support company to ensure anti-tank guns and Greyhounds if he does end up needing him. One hand grenade north there. Pearson's full gunners and rifle all clashing it out here for the victory point. Looks like the Americans will have the upper hand. MD-34 is repositioned. Folks are there covering up as well. In the west point's being secured slowly. Anti-aircraft half-track almost done. Darkcrow seemingly not aiming for the Flak half-track. Oh, there we go. Flak half-track. 251.17 this version, by being sort of a specific workshop version made for the Luftwaffe Panzer Division and the Hammond-Göring Fallschirm Panzer Division. Most 251.17s were a little different than that. They didn't quite have the ability to drop down the sides. And most late war ones would have been sort of flat-drilling versions anyways, with the triple 50mm or 20mm anti-aircraft guns, specifically guns taken from aircraft that were being upgraded with 30mm guns. That's a fun fact. Rather than being pushed back, ground the point here, Flak half-tech almost done. Ambulance for Luciano to provide vital health care to his men who are suffering in the fight against the Hun. There you go, healing reinforcement, Flak half-tech almost done there for Darkcrow. Just moments away, moments away. Lieutenant suppressed, and there you go, Flak half-tech out. 251.17. The 2cm Flak was, for the most part, by this stage of the war, also just relegated to shooting infantry purposes. That's a fun fact, since they're increasingly getting less effective versus allied aircraft due to their lack of firepower, specifically penetrative firepower. There you go, Flak half-track opening up in the half-track, doing some good hits. Good hits, even hitting some of the rifle force those away. MD-34 probably retreat position and just went and used the incendiary armor piercing rounds. That's just a waste of munitions for Darkcrow. No usage of his doctrine yet. No breakthrough, no Sturmofficer, no Panzer Fusiliers. Bit of a shame there, to be honest, by Darkcrow. Bit of a shame. Kednev arriving there for Darkcrow. Hitting the cuff point here, but we got the half-track ready to repel the Krauts. And there you go, tanking the field. We got the Flak half-track Kubelwagen combo ready to punish the armies. Yeah, look how they run, Helmut. Yeah, well, you'd be running too if there's a 2cm Flak firing at you. Well, yeah, but you know, it's the Americans, we don't like those guys. You got a point about that. Luciano continues to remain a free spirit, doctrinally anyways, and you know, refuses to tie himself down. Most of their creeping about. Mines being laid down here by Darkcrow. Second a Kednev as well. Good harassment there in the centre. Americans repulsed. As Darkcrow moves most of his heavier firepower towards the centre there. And we got their doctor just Luciano. It is indeed recon support. That all-American flavour here of Little Kenneth coming up should be able to open up there on the anti-aircraft half-track, and there you go, rocket flies through the air, hits the half-track on the rear, second Kenneth almost done, Flak half-track coming to support a bit better as well here, but it's 2 centimetre Flak, and there you go, Lieutenant spotted here in the tall grass, and told to get out of there unless they want to join the grass as compost. South bit of happening, we can see that Darkcrow making a larger assault here for Luciano's calf point. Full's going to use Flak after the Flak after dispatcher to deal with rifle there, trying to sneak up through the eastern side. Darkcrow is having none of that. He's having none of it. Back at base, nothing further happening there for Luciano. Darkcrow remains silent as the grab as well. Doctrine, oh, well, in terms of usage at least, he could actually consider taking up soon. A schwer panzered quarters could prove helpful, and there you go. Truck is on the way. Schwerer Wehrmacht Schlepper, as it was known. Grabbing the western point there, pushing on towards the fuel. Cool, running the thing ahead. You could, you know, just use breakthrough tactics, just cut off here and then hit this point, just denying Luciano the resource, as he probably should realise he can't hold them for long anyway, so better just cut it off. Slow down Luciano as much as possible. Pushing ahead with the half-track, a bit risky. Could hit an anti-tank rifle net, which would ruin the Flak half-track stay and also make it a much bigger target. But there you go. Both units caught here with the 2 centimetre Flak. Veterans 1 gained. Trying to catch after, and there you go. Gets the half-track. 88mm rocket goes straight through the engine block, blowing the entire thing apart. And there you go. We got the airdrop coming. We've got vehicles with bazookas bringing their half-track there down to less than half. I need to fall back. Oh shit, he's not doing it. He's going to lose it. He's going to lose it. Oh no, he stopped the rifle in the tracks, pinned them down, but the half-track get it pop smoke. Oh no. He lost the Flak half-track, and boy, that honestly could have been avoided there. That was a bit silly by Darkcrow. Got paratroopers here. He'll probably go for the Browning light machine gun. There's less, I think, an overt need for bazookas. So double Browning light machine guns is what it is.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Rifle moving in there. Paratroopers flanking in behind, and we got Panzer Fusilier here finally for Darkcrow. Sturm Pioneer getting hit by the M1 carbine, so the paratroopers rifle are doing what they can as well. Right now, Luciano has been aggressively contained here by Darkcrow, who holds most of the map. He set up the schwer punted quarters on the cut-off point there, with its 37mm Flak. Rather than attacking in from the south, also need to be careful. Very careful. We've got to push up here. We've got rifle aviations there, spotting some of the mines. You can see Luciano's actually attacking in several directions at the moment. Full to the repulse, too much firepower here, not enough support. We got the MG34, but that's not going to stop it either. We got mines being swept here as Luciano sets up the eastern side. We got Panzer Fusilier with G43s on the way. Sometime for calling in armour. As for Luciano, he should probably consider taking up soon, unless he's planning on going for Greyhound, which is going to struggle against, I think, any armoured Darkcrow can call in. To put it mildly. Almost got those G43s ready on the Panzer Fusiliers. Almost, but not quite. In the centre, double Academy Memphis, more or less overlapping, but waiting for some kind of target while there currently is none. As Luciano is very much tank light. Robins are pressed. In the centre, troops push, being slowly pushed back, and there you go. Fuel point successfully defended here by Darkcrow as Luciano for the umpteenth time grabs back his fuel point. Patriots make small headway there. Troops in the centre getting hammered here by the MG34 with its incendiary armor piercing rounds, gaining eventually to increase suppression. But a nice flank here by Luciano relieves pressure on the rifle in the centre, though they ultimately themselves forced to retreat as the Panzer Fusiliers push ahead. McKenna just retreat, they take no chances. Darkcrow doesn't tell if we're getting any Panzers here versus Luciano. Luciano remains non-tech there. Just a platoon command post, but no battalion command post that could open up there, of course, for tanks. So we're actually getting a lot of 50 calibers out here for Luciano, which then is going to make him more vulnerable right now to Panther 4, though it's going to help him to contain all of Darkcrow's troops. But again, useless versus a tank. Pedro doing what he can with the double branding light machine guns. Germans being strafed there with a rifle fire. There you go. Banner hand grenade goes off. Paratroopers fall back rather than, you know, getting singed badly. Sturm Pioneers are getting shredded here by the paratroopers. Lieutenant doing a bit there as well. He could try and maybe pop a grenade, and again he might just hope for the mortar to do the trick. Fresh push up the west side here, using a kidnapper. That's pretty bold there, but Darkcrow could end up being still in there, but Luciano, which of course that would be pretty bad for Darkcrow. So it's a bit risky there, to be honest. It is a bit risky. And now they got the Panther 4 there for Darkcrow. Panther Kampfwagen 4 on the way. Luciano though is blissfully unawares of this so far, and he's got the Zooks in to tank it up, so it's not like going to be, you know, completely, you know, destroyed by it rapidly, but he's not going to have an easy time stopping it either. He could very well just allow Darkcrow to further contain Luciano at the moment. Maybe just pushing him in further back, denying him what little left territory he actually has of the map here. So Luciano's going to have to take up soon and go for something else here versus Darkcrow, otherwise he's going to be in a bit of a sticky spot. And there you go, smoking down to grab the point here more safely. Good decision, I think, by Luciano. Got a big aim to push into these. He wants to, of course, defend the field point, and he is more than willing to commit a large infantry force to the task. Rather than push straight into the footage of the Panther, the other foot squad actually pushed back here. Interesting choice. He probably could actually think stalled against Rifleman, but decides against it. But there you go, Panther Flak for Darkcrow, for the Field Grenadier Brigade, and there you go, Rifleman rapidly retreat in the face of this Panzerwaffe. And there you go, Paratroopers Lieutenant moving in. But again, versus the Panther 4, they're a bit lacking. They are a bit lacking. And we can see here that Luciano is finally taking up. He is moving onwards. He is moving onwards. Light infantry gun here for Darkcrow, possibly for some artillery support, counter-artillery support, and of course just smoke though. Most players don't go for smoke still. Checking out with the Orbital Command West, even though they begin with the option for smoke, a lot of them still haven't quite caught on to yet. Though obviously they're an increasing number there. Shot fired and bounced off the Panther 4's frontal armour. 2 kills there so far. Up north, Fultz is pushing back the Riflemen, successfully hunting them down for now. In the south, Luciano's pulling in here with a large assault and a tank, and so not quite that spot. And there you go, both in squad pushed where a Kedmail was repulsed, leaving the Panther 4 with just an squad to support us. So there's a potentially, if we can sort of just keep the flank clear, securing the anti-tank and its path after the Panzer. In the centre we got 50 caliber mortar, and in the west the Riflemen continue to hold up, but ultimately have to give way to the Germans as just Darkcrow keeps pouring in attention. But we can see the lack of sufficient support for the Panther 4 in the east has left him vulnerable here to a decisive push full by Luciano. So very good work there by Luciano, very good work. Impressive stuff. I think a very nice read there of Darkcrow. Who now goes for the infrared half-track, an interesting choice there. Looking to perhaps pull an intelligence advantage here over Luciano. Rifleman sending out, infantry half-track there arriving, the Uhu Owl grabbing the eastern fuel point there, putting some more surge pressure there on Darkcrow. But losing the western fuel point here as Darkcrow incessantly keeps hitting at it. There you go, direct hit on the, by the anti-tank on the Panther 4, penetrating in the 80mm of non-sloped armour. Panzer Fuchs paratroopers and lieutenant all finding out here. The Panzer is occupied elsewhere. In fact, they're getting suppressed currently here by the 5th Cavalry hiding in a pair of bushes. A deadly position here for the Panzer cannot overcome it on their own. In the centre of Kenneth going territory, this almost got the western fuel point here, but getting suppressed by the 5th Cavalry there as well. And now finding cavalry force anti-tank falls back here from the eastern fuel point. Line for gunfire continues to rain down back here, reinforcement healing, and the Schwer punted quarters remain silent after the Panther 4. No Obersoldaten as we get anything else. Luciano could actually go for Sherman now. We could also keep seeing up for a tank destroyer. And there you go. He does aim for the tank destroyer here, the M36 Jackson. Which is a fun fact, was actually based on the chassis of this Sherman tank.
Our supply line is cut. Germans are making a push. A capture point is
5th go, they're pushing back the full Grenadiers. Smoke screen down here, and I believe it is once more here from a Luciano. That's actually this time around. Yeah, no, it's not from Darkcrow because he's just firing a regular barrage. That is very much Luciano smoke there. Rather than taking out here by artillery fire and panzer fire, not good. Good. Panzer striking at the most, pushing that one away, and to tank and firing away pointlessly, not hitting anything. Jackson almost done, but it won't help against all the infantry, though, of course. It will provide some pressure there versus the Panzer 4. Darkcrow can actually soon go for a second Panther 4 versus Luciano. Getting the point there. And there we go. M36 Jackson tank shot here for Luciano. Major pushing back here, the folks with the support of the paratroops. So a bit low numbers, weren't fully reinforced there. Something that Luciano should probably rectify soon before he runs into, say, I don't know, some Obersoldaten, no well-placed Panther 4. Darkcrow should soon be able to go for a second Panther 4. He could consider saving up for a Panther or Jagdtiger. And there you go, veterans who won game. Jackson trying to hunt down the Panther 4, but so far it's not having any luck. In fact, so far the one with more luck are the bazooka crewmen there. Who'll manage to land a few there on the Panzerkampfwagen. Almost got it, there we go, wiping the 50 caliber crew. Tries to steal here, but that's not quite working out. Needs to flush away the rifleman and, you know, have a 4-man squad at least nearby. There we go, down to 3, so he can't actually grab it. But he could, but that'd be wasting a full Scundy escort then. That looks like Darkcrow might be aiming for a Panther there. Going for an MD-34. Another one. Now the smoke's in here from Luciano. He's made good use of the smoke though. At least as a just cover here to this. Not really much smoke beyond that, and certainly there's room for improvement there in his smoking abilities. MD-34, they're defending the east, halfway to veterans of 3. Paratroopers pinned down to the ground like insects as the MD-34 unleashes burst after burst after burst of fire. Got the Panther 4, they're rolling up for Darkcrow, 11 kills, veterans who won. And there you go, quick band hunt grenade against the mortar crew here, going after the Major with the Panther 4. Jackson just holding back so far, it's not really done a lot for Luciano. He might have benefited more from a Sherman tank in the first place, then following up with a Jackson, rather than going straight for the Jackson and then finding himself unable to pursue the Panther 4 very efficiently with it. Darkcrow continues to float resources, so he might be aiming, I guess, instead for a mechanized regiment in the King Tiger. That's certainly a rare choice there. I mean, it's either that he's aiming for a Jagdtiger, which would certainly be a bit crazy. But there you go. Darkcrow getting very aggressively into Luciano's base with his Panther Blitz, and that is definitely, I think, way too risky here by Darkcrow. Results in the damage and right in front of the Jackson tank destroyer. That is definitely a big mistake here, but Darkcrow suspects he got too confident versus Luciano. Now Luciano's going to just punish him for his hubris. Almost got the Panther 4. They got troops blocking in the way though. I suppose that might end up saying the Panther 4 that he just can't rush at it because the full guns with the Panther fast on the way. That was really close to the Darkcrow, and that was definitely not well advised. Highly risky, then could have lost the Panther 4. which case Luciano would say, have a good chance to put around the game with a few Sherms or something else. Maybe some Scots. The Kenras they're creating a batch. Jump pads falling back here to repair the Panzer IV. Back here healing reinforcement going on for Darkcrow. Fuel pumping secured. Troops healing reinforcing. 50 caliber sitting out. Victory points wise though, Luciano is rather behind Darkcrow. Tender here versus full Grenadiers closing in on veteran firing those chaps. No grenade too, which could also allow him to, I think, quickly flush out. The full Grenadiers instead, the full I think end up having the advantage there due to the heavy cover and of course the fact that they're trying to move up to them without any grenades to sort of soften up the full Grenadiers. The centre page was finding out here the Panther Versuche. In these, we've got an attempt here by Luciano to push through. It's not quite seen. We've got cluster bombs down here in the house. Sending down there. And fun fact, the cluster bombs were basically just a straight up copy of the German butterfly bomb, which is why they look so similar. It's not because Relic was lazy, it's because the Americans were lazy. Fun fact. Full to the push about a rifle squad. And there you go, Jackson taking some hits from the kidnappers. Both fuel pumps under control of Darkcrow. No mechanized regiment still though. Don't tell me he's actually aiming for the Jagdtiger. That would be highly unorthodox. But there's no mechanized regiment, there's nothing else. I mean, it would seem like he's actually playing for the Jagdtiger here. I am not convinced that's the best choice. I mean, it's going to look impressive, I suppose, but in terms of actual efficiency, that's probably not the most efficient move. I mean, it does have the ability to actually, shoot an infantry with its bombardment ability, but it's still reasonably expensive to go about doing and still requires some great management compared to just using a King Tiger decently. Push for the center here by Luciano, running into some serious issues there, but then Folks goes an MD-34 in weight. Moments here, he's actually got too many troops to call in the action. Oh, he can do it, he can do it! No, he can't anymore. Can't do it anymore. He could, but he can't. Panther 4, half health. Need to pull that one back for repairs. But certainly that large pop carry requirement, I think it's just another thing that makes this whole choice of a Jagdtiger in fact is what he's aiming for a bit weird. Because he's just got too many forces to really just make it work at all. But again, he's not taking, he's not going for anything else. It just seems like we're just eliminating all of the other possibilities. He's going for the Jagdtiger. He is, by Jove, going for a bloody Jagdtiger with its 128mm gun, which could pretty much take out any tank. Almost got the Panthers up north though, but ultimately failed and had to fall away due to the 50 caliber. Got the supporting fire ability there. Shoots in, there goes supporting fire. Gets several riflemen with a single hit. Great shot there by Darkcrow. Yeah, we got some. We got some. Are you sure? Well, it says nothing left after we shot, so I'm pretty sure we got some. Fun fact, they would actually use Tiger crews for some of the Jagdtigers, which did not perform well because, well, they were not used to driving an assault gun sort of thing. They were used to having a tank with tread and everything, so they tended to not do too well. The morale was also low compared to just the crew, so you've actually been fighting with Jagd Panthers and thus knew the entire deal beforehand. So a few fun facts there. More supporting fire. He's using the infrared half-track and the Jagdtiger to just basically snipe out targets. That's pretty interesting. That is pretty interesting. This time around, though, less effective, but he's doing it. He's creeping ahead there using the Jagdtiger. And that's something. Panzer will force all moving in against Raff in the east. How will Luciano, I was about to call him Lucifer for some reason though, but Luciano handle the Jagdtiger? He's going to need a lot of tanks to pull off a proper flank, but even that's going to be tricky with the Panther and all the cannon effort. So Luciano's certainly got quite a challenge ahead of him, in part because it's also just been sneaking further on because of the infantry half-track. So, I mean, you could try and smoke and then launch your hand on the assault, that'd be pretty risky as well. Almost got the Panther 4 here. Almost got it. Jagdtiger here could maybe try and use supporting fire here against the bunched up infantry. There we go, goes for it. There we go, hits but doesn't quite kill. Rierson's there falling back. Second shot, a bit of a whiff as well. Third shot did not amount to much. Other folks are going to get wiped here with the paratroopers. Small loss here for Darkcrow, calling a replacement Panzer for leader. Jagdtiger just surveys the battlefield here. Panther 4 in desperate need of repairs. Very close to Destiny 3, but also very close to death. Jagdtiger just awaiting something to blast at. Luciano keeping all of his vehicles with his tanks destroyed, specifically at a respectful distance. I mean, it's something to lose your ambulance to Jagdtiger because you sent it in too far. Then now we can see Darkcrow's going for the mechanized regiment. Probably to help repair with this Panther 4. I don't think he's aiming for the King Tiger now. As for Luciano, he's suffering heavy manpower bleeds. He's not, trying to burst into armor. That is slightly helpful there. Jagdtiger ready to fire the 128mm gun again. Jax moves in straight from like Ken Mev as well. Oh no! Jackson has somehow survives all of that. Oh. Is everybody alright? I'm alright. I'm alright. Did anyone say something? Oh god damn it, Carl's deaf. Lost a crew that a Kedneff, it looks like got wiped, and an MD-34. Not going to get a cluster bomb sounding like Kedneff. He does know what it is, he's just going to call it in, assuming he's going to hit something there. That's, I think, the first time I've seen that happen. Does cause. Ooh, we almost lost the Kedneff there. Very close, incredibly close. Still no additional armor vehicles in. We got supporting fire from the Jagdtiger trying to blast them out there from grabbing the ship point there. 6 kills in the Jagdtiger. Not quite having super much success there so far. Besides that first shot would really, I think, had an impact on Luciano, but the remaining shots have so far been less than impressive. Luciano continues to reinforce, continues to bleed, and doesn't have build up with sufficient armor force, I think, to overwhelm the Jagdtiger or something else there. So I'm not entirely sure how he plans on beating this, except he's just, somehow ignore the Jagdtiger and destroy everything else of Darkcrow's. Which could in theory be an idea, and there you go, Ravner getting heavy casualties there fighting against the Panther 4. Smoking off there. Panther's pushing up here, Panther's on the trouble. We got the Panther 4 upon encountering fire there. Destiny 3, of course, high rate of fire. And there you go, paratroopers half gone. Almost wiped there, 30 kills on the Panther 4. Jagdtiger opening up again with supporting fire. This time trying to hit some of the supporting weapons there, but no amazing impact. And there you go, infantry half to take it from the anti-tank gun. Luciano here could go for Sherman now. Jackson, never mind, he just reinforced. He just reinforced. Truck standing about doing nothing here for Darkcrow. Just moving up here, close to Veteran 3 actually. West side of the map seems to be largely forgotten here by both players. I think that's definitely a mistake here. That could, I think, open up for some surprise maneuvers there. They're better to utilise it. Rather than everything like that with the Panther 4 supporting infantry combo. 33 kills in the Panther 4. And then goes straight into the Jackson here, very close to T3. Jagdtiger still at 6 kills. Panther 4 down to half. And we got more cluster bombs here for Luciano, just throwing them out left and right. More to their vets 23. Pushing ahead there. MD34 sending out. Luciano definitely needs to do something differently. I mean, ours just was being bled out here against Darkcrow and the Fjord Grenadier Brigade. But Luciano continues onwards, undaunted by the task ahead of him. Panther gets off a good hit there. Vets 24 gained more accuracy. There you go, King Tiger. Oh, Jagdtiger, I mean, gets one of the cannon for crewmen there. Good work. He probably used to attack round. And there you go, Jackson finishes it off just to make sure. But Darkcrow does not get it back. At the same time, we kind of got some bigger movements in the west by Darkcrow, striking with twin infantry squads, Panzers Fusiliers both, overwhelming and repulsing Luciano's defences. And Luciano goes for the Scot. So it seems like at this point, Luciano's decided he can't deal with the Jagdtiger and anything else in the vehicles there with his armor, so he has to rely on the infantry. And anti-tank and to a large extent, so he's going to focus just on murdering out the infantry, and that way depriving the Panzers and Jagdtigers for support, I guess. And it's definitely an approach that is worth pursuing by Luciano. It's only a tricky one. Scott almost done there for Luciano. Panzer versus Rapin, taking a few hits there. Supporting fire again, this time getting some hits on the anti-tank and crew. Not quite anything, I think, sufficiently damaging, but enough to maybe sort of just make them reconsider what they're doing there. Panther 4 takes some hits down to less than half. It would be a shame here from Darkcrow to lose it against Luciano, who's sending his resistance. And we got, I think, more fire here from the Jagdtiger. Supporting fire again, but there's not really much there. If I could, I suppose, try for them all today. 10 kills on the Jagdtiger, 10 kills. Not a single vehicle kill. These are all infantry kills on the Jagdtiger. Luciano, by the way, floating a lot of fuel. I mean, he's just bleeding out so much manpower. He's not going for anything else here, which makes dealing with this a lot trickier. In part because, again, he clearly knows how to use the supporting fire ability. Well, it's not always successful, but he knows how to use it, and that's just a big start. Panzer then pushed back with a rifle in the 50 caliber here. Victory punch wise, it's much closer between the two, but Darkcrow still has the lead over Luciano here in the 2nd Armoured Division as they continue to struggle against the Krauts, the Nazis. Panther 4 there, 39 kills, roughly halfway to veteran 5, and is slowly good to go again. Mechanized Regiment finally up here for Darkcrow. Rather close to the front line, but at the same time, he's asking to fall back a little far with this Jagdtiger get fixed up. 12 kills by the way now. 12 kills. Flanking of the Jagdtiger, get off a good hit. Good work. Still no additional armor for Luciano. Less good work. Infant half-track almost being taken out here by the Jackson, which is now veteran 3. We did it, guys. We achieved Zen by blowing up an unarmed German half-track. God damn. I love America. 2nd Jackson there for Luciano. So it's clearly something then is now assembling a plan. I think is appearing as it goes for the 2nd tank destroyer here versus Darkcrow. There you go. Jackson going straight here for the Panther 4. Misses with the first shot by the looks of it. 2nd shot, they easily penetrate, taking the Panther 4 down to half health. Paired with the T3 there. We got suppressive fire, but without a grenade, it's something more explosive here. The bunch up troops, they're just going to be too much here, I think, for Luciano's paired with the hand. We got Jagdtiger firing as well there. 13 kills. 13 kills. Closer veterans one on the Jagdtiger. I mean, it's pretty rare to see a Jagdtiger. It's even rare to see someone get the Jagdtiger pretty much just for blasting infantry with. I mean, it's just using it like a really big assault gun. Which in part, I think, the Jagdtiger, I do believe, was designed for. In fact, the Pak 44, which was the main gun the Jagdtiger used, was in fact designed, in part, not just for blowing up tanks, but actually just for direct fire support. In fact, it was designated as a field cannon as well, so a few fun facts there. Yeah, we got 13 kills there on the Jagdtiger. I mean, again, it's great if you can deal with infantry or armor, but in these cases, it just seems like Darkcrow is primarily going for it, in part just for blasting, supporting weapon infantry apart there. There goes supporting fire here, good hit on the Indy. Second shot there goes off the mark. Third shot gets another kill on the gunner. Almost veterans one there. Almost veterans who won. Jackson sending up here for a flank. If he can pop the H-Rep rounds at the right time, he might have a chance there. But it's going to be pretty risky for Luciano. It's going to be an all-in here. It's going to be an all-in. Can he do it? And the tank and shooting first shot bouncing. He needs to be fast about it. And he also needs to remember to pop H-Rep rounds. So it looks like he got spotted here. It was too slow. You can see that immediately Darkcrow falls back to protect himself from any attempts there. There you go, direct here on the Jackson. He gets Panther faster. This is pretty bad. This is pretty bad for Luciano. He fumbled. And now Darkcrow's going to punish him for it. Second Jackson takes a hit. The infantry though screaming sufficient here for it. Jagdtiger continues to hit. Half H-22. Panther moving in. Close to F-25. Does not pursue further. Jackson should be able to get away there. But that was really close there for Luciano. Could destroy everything. And it's probably his last hope here versus Darkcrow.
Friendly's down to 100. A capture point is under attack.
Yeah, Jagdtiger is incredibly on, 1 versus 1s. Like, I haven't seen one in, well, months, and now all of a sudden you got one. And it's one that's being used primarily again for blasting infantry. Yeah, that's amazing. Kind of wish the Stooge got some kind of ability like that, actually. Now we got Panther here versus Rifleman. Grenades off, so we got grenades up for Luciano. Good work. Pushing for the center victory point. We got 74 points left. Jackson's being fixed up. Need to get soon back in the action here, though. Versus Darkcrow. No smokes here. We got Panther 5. Or Panther 4, Veteran 5. And the tank is setting up. Need to fire the H-Rap round. Or armor piercing rounds. Jackson moving in. This shoots from the south. This is. Units being wiped out here. Looking pretty glum here for Luciano. Second Jackson is more or less good to go. He's close enough. Troops are pressing in the center. Grab the western victory point. Good hit there with the anti-tank gun. Veteran T2. Smokescreen down on the machine gun. Jackson there waiting the second one to get going. This is going to be pretty tense. Either Luciano does it or loses. It's do or die, I think, sort of rough. Now we got grenades off here. Paratroopers when they can with their own grenades, but it's not enough. Jackson, they need to get moving. Anti-tank and also someone get within range. Probably supporting fine. There you go. Panther form is good to go. It's 51 kills. 51 kills. That is bonkers. There you go. Jackson's getting ready, but is it enough? Will it be enough? More supporting fire here from the Jagdtiger. 16 kills. Jackson's going in. This is it. Jagdtiger, they're taking a hit from both Jacksons. Realise he probably has to focus down the Panther 4 first. There you go, down to less than half health. Almost lost one Jackson here though. He's going to lose it. Almost got the Panther 4 there, but lost the Jackson. Not good. Not enough support here. Not enough support. Now trying to bunch through the center there. Oh dear, he could actually come under fire from supporting fire. Maybe suffer some heavy losses, but thankful for him, Darkcrow does not have enough munitions to fire it right now. Otherwise, Luciano's little blow up there. personal chunk of freedom. We can see that it's Jagdtiger slowly turning, slowly turning. He's actually got it now. He's got it. Ah! Fire, fry, Ludwig. Ah, too slow. That could have been devastating then against Luciano. Could have been devastating. Panther clicking fixed up, so basically just threw away Jackson for no reason. Losing to victory points, looks like this is GG for Luciano. Despite his best efforts, he was outdone by the most unlikeliest of things in a 1 versus 1, which was a Jagdtiger, used primarily for supporting fire. Got the infant half-track though. And that is just not something you see every day. It's not something you see every day. Down to 11. There's 140. And there you go. Breakthrough tactical damage. Just quickly cut off points here. No push for the centre one. Then we got the Panther moving in. 50 cover covering up. He could actually just use his infantry gun to smoke it out. That'd be a lot easier, to be honest. Seems like Darkcrow's not quite aware of that ability, which is a bit of a shame. Almost got the rifleman there. Mortar being pushed back. Pushing with the center then. Just as the 5th caliber repositions, it hits it. Got the Jagdtiger there, firing supporting fire. Pushing back the 5th caliber. Getting another kill there. 18 kills. 18 kills. Troops in the centre fighting on the victory point there. 11 still versus 138. Troops moving for the north. Until they fight on the immediate position. Got the Jagdtiger pulling ahead here now for Darkcrow. Panther moving support. There you go. Gets the ambulance. He's actually moving forward to the front line just for more support here. Almost got the victory point there. Paratroopers getting blasted by the Panther for the Jagdtiger. Got supporting fire again here. He might just... Yes. He takes out the 50 caliber almost there. 22 kills. Almost virtually 2 on the Jagdtiger. Holy smokes. And almost virtually 2 Jagdtiger in a 1 versus 1. With pretty much only infantry kills except for the 1 ambulance. And this is kind of where I wish they had better from physics simulations, because I'm pretty sure it looked pretty impressive. For that small ambulance to be hit by a 128mm armor piercing round, that'd just be like zoom, sent tumbling away. There you go, Jackson going for the Jagdtiger, shot the bounce off. You even got a Greyhound here. This is just Luciano going for broke. Panther falling on the way though. Virtually 5. It is an ace. It is an ace. Jagdtiger trying to turn, and there you go. GG, game over. A loss for Luciano. A victory for Darkcrow. A victory for Germany. America finds itself defeated here by a really, really large and overcomplicated tank destroyer. But really, that turned out to be an unlikely thing here that just actually won in the game. Part of just how Darkcrow used it. Like, the supporting fire is a really good ability, and it's just he used it very consistently. And he just, I think, had some effect on Luciano. Plus, he supported well, ensuring he couldn't just be rushed either. I mean, the issue in part of Luciano was just he's kept suffering infantry loss. He couldn't build up a sufficient armoured force who could maybe swarm to attack it in some way. And that just didn't benefit Luciano. So there's some things that could have improved. Darkcrow could have used smoke here and there, but I would say, pretty well played by him. And just, Jagdtiger, almost 52, mostly used for blasting infantry. I mean, what has happened here? That is definitely some unique play. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, want to subscribe to the friends, share it with everyone. If you like what I do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. Links in the video description. This is Imperial Lynching. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow for a nice episode.